trust me. I'm Irish.
Happy St. Paddy's Day.
Happy St. Paddy's Day. And this is a bonus video.
Yeah.
Because
your idea, to do Leprechaun every year. So
everyone really enjoyed Leprechaun last year, and this year we have a theme month, but I didn't want to miss Leprechaun. So I'm like, we got to do it again.
Yeah.
And of course, Justin's not in this video because he's an asshole and he wouldn't even watch Leprechaun Returns because he's lazy. And, you know, Kieran's not in this because he's barely Irish. He's not as Irish as me. Irish Tony, they call me in the comments, James. But yeah, we're back with Leprechaun 2. James, what did you think of Leprechaun 2?
Well, it was, it's everything you expect from a Leprechaun movie, I guess. It's...
Blended Canadian. The only whiskey is Irish whiskey.
Eventually they started doing a theme, so I guess this would be Leprechaun Goes to Hollywood.
Yeah, but they, like, that almost doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because he's screwing around in the suburbs mostly.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like Jason Takes Manhattan. Like, almost none of it's...
It is more like Jason Takes Manhattan. Yeah, because, like, the Hollywood thing is basically... the main character is this kid, and he works for this older guy, Morty, who I'll talk about in a bit, and they run, like a Hollywood tour, a haunted tour.
Yeah.
And that's, like, the only real Hollywood stuff. I think they're on Broadway in Hollywood, where they begin the movie. And then as soon as that little angle's done, the Hollywood thing does not matter. It's not like 3, where they really go all in on the Vegas stuff. Like, they're in casinos. 4, space. They're on planet. Like, the hood twice. They really focused on the hood.
Yeah.
Like, they really, really focused on that. And then this one was just kind of like, oh, yeah, it's in Hollywood. Who cares? Let's hang out around a giant tree for most of the movie.
It would have really sucked if this one came later and they actually called it Leprechaun Goes to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Then it would really be a letdown.
Yeah. This was the last theatrical Leprechaun movie.
Oh, was it? So 3 and everything else was direct-to-video?
Yeah. I guess they got lucky with the first one, which we talked about. We genuinely like the first one. I mean, I genuinely like all of them.
Yeah, they're all fun. Yeah.
The first one, I think, is like a legit good movie. Like, it's tongue-in-cheek, it's campy and whatnot. This one, I mean, I like it, but it's definitely not as good. It's very cheap. The movie is very cheap. So most of the movie, the Leprechaun he lives in Harry Houdini's tree. Apparently.
Kind of like Ernest Scared Stupid.
Kind of like that, but the tree is clearly like tarp that's hung up. And at some points in the movie, you could see the top of the set, like the metal frame that they got the tarp clamped to.
Okay.
It looks worse than a Star Trek movie. Like a Star Trek show, the old Star Trek. It is bad. But fun. It's still got some kind of humor.
Definitely. The plot's kind of like The Mummy. It's basically
It is like The Mummy, yeah.
So he's trying to reunite with this, like, leprechaun bride.
Yeah, he had a slave 1,000 years ago, and he was gonna try and, like, marry his daughter. But, like, with this sneeze, he was gonna make her sneeze 3 times so she'd be his wife. But the dad said, God bless you, and broke the spell, and then I guess he got stuck in a tree for 1,000 years. And it is like The Mummy, where he finds the reincarnated, or, like, the descendant of his lover, and basically trying to do it again. So one thing I want to point out, it is oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. Who's the leprechaun?
Oh, Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis. It is Warwick Davis, but I want to point out, this is not the same leprechaun from the first movie. I have a theory, and I think it's a pretty good one, that each movie is a completely different leprechaun.
Because there's no continuity.
No, there's no continuity in this. But I'll point out in this one, like, this one starts off 1,000 years in the past, and he says it's his 1,000th birthday. But in the first one, he only says he's 600 years old.
Say, aren't we a little young to be out this late?
No, I'm 600 years old. I'm 1,000 years old. Tonight, I can claim me bride.
So I have a theory that it's a different leprechaun in each movie, and they all just kind of look alike. And that's the best way to go into it. You could jump into any of these sequels not knowing anything.
Yeah. Like, I've seen, like, 4, just because I heard it was so funny. And, you know, like, I've seen them all out of order. It doesn't matter.
I mean, this one goes more in on the rated R thing.
Yeah.
It's a little bit bloodier. It's got some boobs and stuff. I love the lawnmower kill.
Oh, yeah, where he puts his face up.
Yeah, he thinks he's, like, putting his face in the girl's boob, but it's actually a lawnmower.
Yeah. That's pretty brutal. But it's off camera, though, too.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you see the blood go on the wall.
Yeah. Warwick Davis is still really, really good.
Yeah.
I love the cast in this movie. I want to point out some of them there, because
Okay.
it's always... This is like one of the ultimate, oh, it's that guy from that thing movie.
Okay.
So, Morty, the old guy who runs the tour, that's Sandy Barron. He was Jack Klompus in Seinfeld.
Okay.
He was Jerry's dad's, like, rival at the retirement center. He's great in this, by the way, as the alcoholic. Like, I love
when
he out-drinks the leprechaun.
Yeah. It's the first time you see the leprechaun drunk, and I never thought I'd see that, where, like, you know, he has all those powers where he can make things float. But now when he's drunk and things float, they just kind of like, they get all like out of control. I never thought about the drunken telepathy. Yeah. You know, I bet not telepathy, telekinesis.
Telekinesis, yeah.
I bet that would be in Joe Bob's Driving Totals. I'm sure he's done Leprechaun too. It would be drunken telekinesis.
Oh, this is the only Leprechaun movie that takes place on St. Patty's Day.
Oh,
really? It's kind of like Friday the 13th. I think there's only 1 or 2 movies that are actually on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
So the other actors in the beginning, during the car tour, it's Clint Howard, and his wife is Kimmy Roberts, who's Lucy on Twin Peaks. You could tell by her voice. And Tony Cox is in it. The little guy from Bad Santa, the elf from Bad Santa. He's the leprechaun who just shows up in the bathroom randomly.
He's the guy dressed as a leprechaun.
Yeah. He's the one that quotes the Todd Browning movie, Freaks. When they're doing the drinking contest, him and all the other ones are like, we got to root for the leprechaun. He's one of us. And they all start chanting one of us. And lastly, Michael McDonald from Mad TV's in it. He's like the coffee barista that's giving him a hard time.
Oh, the real asshole guy?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And he's like making short jokes and everything. Like he's being straight up like rude to the leprechaun. You're like, oh, this guy's going to get killed.
This guy's going to get it.
He's going to get it.
They're a little bit...
I forget what he does to him. What is he...
I think he just...
Oh, he sprays like the thing in his face.
The coffee, the steam and stuff, yeah. But yeah, I kind of wish it went more all in on the Hollywood stuff.
Yeah.
It is rated, I mean, because remember I said the first one I don't think was intended to be rated R, and they made it rated R later on. I feel like it could have went...
Fuck you, Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Lucky Charms.
This one could have went a little bit harder on that. I love the wishes. When he wishes to have the pot of gold, and like the leprechaun puts it in his belly.
Oh yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, and he's like, I wish it was out of me, and he rips it out of him.
Yeah. That was strange.
Yeah, so it's a good time. It's a good time. Do you have a favorite part, or?
I think like when they're inside the tree, like toward the end, like the production design of it, like it just kind of, looks cool. You got all the lights.
Yeah, the main room looks cool. It's when they're going through the hallways that it looks really bad.
Yeah, they put all the effort into that one.
My favorite part is when they're doing the tour early on, and they're just driving to random houses, and the lady comes out and throws water on the car, and she's like, get out, and the guy goes, that was the house of Bela Lugosi, and they're like, who is that?
Well, then who the hell was that?
His stepdaughter, Stella Lugosi.
Yeah, it's like this really lousy tour.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny. I'd like to go on a tour like that.
Yeah. But I think it's a decent addition in the Leprechaun catalog. It's not as good as like 3 or 4. I like it more than the first Hood movie, to be honest. But yeah, I'd say check it out, and happy St. Patty's Day.